Hello and welcome back to Starfield. Last time we took care of the space pirates and made our way through that creepy research station, and now it's time. It seems like we cleared our path from the pirates to go to, I think it was New Atlantis. Select missions in the bottom set. Missions there. Small step. How do I plot a course? That sounds good. Okay, so we have to get to the Alpha Centauri system. We have enough fuel. That's good. Don't want to get stranded halfway through in the middle of space. Ooh.
Starship Frontier, this is United Colony Security. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned.
Okay.
Scan complete. No contraband detected. You are cleared for landing at New Atlantis.
Thanks. Kinda curious what all these other ships are. Like we can turn off our shields here. Can I talk to them? Don't want to accidentally start like a pirating mission. I'm not sure if I can. This shields back up. Open planet map. Scan. There is New Atlantis. Let's land in New Atlantis. Hopefully, this city is not underwater. Okay. Guess we can just exit our ship. There we are. New Atlantis. Hello? Is there an issue?
Your memory is uncanny.
And he's your new captain. My crew can take a look at your ship. And you can stop by the Trade Authority kiosk if you need to offload some cargo.
That sounds good. Ooh, for 1,000... Yeah, might as well. I think we have the money, so...
Looks to me like you're already in pretty good shape.
Okay. I'd like to view and modify my ship.
Sure, have at it.
Look at that. So that's our frontier ship. Inspect ship builder upgrade. Ship upgrade mode allows you to make improvements to your ship without needing to worry about where modules should be placed. Some upgrades may have level or skill requirements. Multiple upgrades can be made and their cost will be added up at the end of the session. Like, additional shields would be nice. They could actually just afford those for one more shield point. Not sure if I do that right now. The ship builder. Ship builder allows you to fully design, modify, and paint your ship. The floor gauge to the right tells you where the new models will appear when the floor gauge is at 0. For example, new models will be placed in the center mass of the ship. Building new ship modules will cost credits, and deleting them will give you credits back. The ship builder will keep a running total and process the entire transaction at the end. There's a flight check that will give you warnings or errors if your design is invalid for any reason. Okay, so first of all, okay, if I take the, oh, I can like, I could, doesn't really seem like I can do it. Like just to the side maybe. Can I? So, I guess I can't. Huh. Variant. Oh, there's different variants. Okay. Camera is a mess. These have different variants. Let's take this variant, all of them. The flight deck. You can't do it anywhere else. That's the can add certain. Alright, so if I say that out there and you undo it, select. Huh. Okay. You can duplicate that, but can't duplicate that. That's okay. I think later when we have like more options, I'm probably playing around with that. Oh, what I did want to do though is, can I check the colors? Let's see if we can. Got like a green theme going with our hair and kind of the general theme anyway. Secondary color, more of a gold. Maybe I can. Yeah, that'll do. I'm pressing the wrong buttons. It's a little bit. Okay, I like that. What if there's something to select all? Select all in colors. Can I like? Is that? Ah, there we go. Exactly what I want. What's that? I don't think that's too bad. I don't like it. Doesn't cost me anything either. So, accept. Okay. Anything else? Where did you say I can sell things?
The Trade Authority runs a vending kiosk next to my booth. It's just off to the side, near the ramp. Besides that, Jemison Mercantile is your closest shop if you're looking for a bit of everything. That's further in, past the security checkpoint.
Okay. Where can I go if I need more crew for my ship?
I would try to Viewport. It'll be on your left once you get into the plaza.
Okay.
Everything looks
buy
good
a
here.
ship right
I'll be
now.
at my booth if you need me.
Oh, that's kind of beautiful. I like it. It's a little grasshopper. The space grasshopper. Okay. Around a little bit. Big sprint.
I can assure you this unprovoked attack on a United Colonies research facility will not go unanswered. We'll get you settled into your new assignments as soon as possible.
Functionary
For
bros.
you, Bobby, that includes meeting your new foster parent.
My parents aren't dead. They just took a different shuttle. I'll see them when they get here.
Oh, well, of course, that's sure possible. We'll just...
Helena Chambers, ID SSCOM 1327 HCHA. I was the station administrator. I'll need to report to MAST ASAP for a full debrief. My treatment thus
Very
far
curious
has
what's
been
going on here.
entirely unacceptable.
Oh boy.
Any authority you had was
That's Karen
forfeit the
Chambers.
moment House Varun zealots breached the station's perimeter, and you failed to initiate proper evacuation protocols. Thank you.
Sergeant Yumi's looking for reliable people to help the guard. Contact him if you're interested. We don't
Okay.
ever wonder how the Crimson
Talk to
Fleet
Sergeant
seems to be
Yumi,
everywhere.
okay.
It's because they have little outposts everywhere.
Okay.
There were so many facilities abandoned.
You will be
after-
scanned as you enter the city. Please keep moving. Okay, no bounty.
This is...
You're clear.
Ooh, can we...
Enjoy your visit.
That... New Atlantis. Yeah. Yes. Very neat. Maybe that will be the thumbnail for the episode. I don't like having a look around like that. So big. I don't know where to go first. So many people around too. I will definitely explore a little more freely later on, but I think for now I'm just following the pointers a little bit just to get accustomed to the world and mechanics and everything, and then once I got a little bit of a footing, then...
This is New Atlantis Transit, or the NAT. It provides free transportation throughout the city. We can take it directly to the Mast District.
Okay. Once I get my footing, then I will definitely do some more open and free exploring and just randomly look at stuff. For now, I'm just a little bit overwhelmed. Righty. We go now. But there we have to go. Hey, can I get your briefcase?
Oui?
We have there. Yeah. Hey, you're speaking French. It's the space French. Ooh la la.
The water is quite aesthetically pleasing, or so Barrett has told me. New Atlantis relies on advanced hydroelectrics for most of its power.
Okay. The Mast District. The Mast visit when you go to New
We just
Atlantis.
need to convince her that President Abeyo isn't the same as her predecessors.
Diplomat.
That an adversarial UC is a thing of the past.
Does Radcliffe even need to be involved?
President Abeyo wants to foster relations,
my haircut.
not fracture them. Keep up.
My
We'll make
haircut
sure she
twins.
knows, ma'am.
Good. I'll see you at the 11:30 then. You're not with Interstellar Affairs too, are you?
No.
I don't think I'm the person you're looking for.
Where did I have to go? There.
Yeah?
Kind of beautiful here. Little garden. It does sound a little menacing with
We may
Vasco
be in a United Colonies
stomping
city,
behind us.
but Constellation is an entirely neutral entity, and always has been.
Jump! Big jumps.
Here we are, the lodge.
Lodge.
The front door should unlock if you hold up the watch that Barrett gave you. I have messaged the other members of Constellation. They will be waiting for us inside.
Okay. Nice.
Captain, everyone will be in the library, just inside. If Barrett were here, he'd probably tell you that you're part of something bigger now, and he hopes you'll make this place your home.
Oh, please. Ridiculous.
Walter Stroud.
Easiest bet I'll ever win.
You really think what I'm
Oh,
suggesting?
it's quite the interior.
All the phenomenon we see out in the stars, and what I'm saying is the most impossible theory?
You two keep going on like this, and I'm banning wages. I'm serious.
We appear to have
We
a
heard
visitor.
Sarah being mentioned.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about. Would you care to tell us what happened to our friend? Why you're here and he isn't?
I mean, yeah, pretty much. Pirates attacked. Barrett asked me to deliver the artifact.
I see. Vasco, verify.
All statements made have been factual.
Thank you, Vasco.
This is just typical. Barrett hands over our ship and our robot to some random employee of that discount mining outfit he uses.
Walter.
And if we hadn't insisted on installing those emergency protocols, I guarantee you this rock breaker here would be halfway to Neon.
Okay.
But that didn't happen. She's here, with the
It's
artifact.
quite the hat.
Thank you, Matteo. Now, let's focus on what's in front of us, shall we? What happened when it was extracted? Did anyone see anything? Hear anything?
Well, first of all, I want to know, how many times has this happened? Who else had these visions? I think Barrett mentioned, it was either Barrett or Vasco who mentioned that we're like the second person.
We think it's anyone else who pulls one out of the rock for the first time. Why? We're not sure yet. So if you wouldn't mind adding another data point.
Well, it was bright lights and music.
Interesting. Similar to Barrett's description of the experience, with less embellishment.
There. Are you hearing this? Do you all believe me now?
Whether it happened or not wasn't in doubt. But honestly, Kadri, if you expect us to believe in
Constellation.
If this is the
Apparently it reduces
greatest
fall
mystery
damage.
in the universe, why couldn't it be part of the ultimate mystery?
But gentlemen, can we please focus? Noel, I think it's time we tested your theory.
Right. Let's see. We know the artifacts react to each other. The pieces we already have move when they're in close contact. Now, if we add this new one to the two we already have...
The artifact. If you could place it on the table here.
Okay.
That's it. Just like the others.
And to imagine, we thought there were only two of them at first.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god, that's it. They're reacting. Look at
Taking
how
a
it's
step
coming
back.
together. That energy that's arcing between them, no manufactured material in the settled systems can do that. None of them. This proves
Easy, girl. Breathe. You'll have a heart attack.
She's not the only one. If they're coming together, that means there's a set.
Built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
Certainly
Still
seems that
2,000
way.
credits for our little wager, Godfrey?
You're on, Walter.
Well, if we had all the answers, it wouldn't be exciting. Now, would it?
Not to take away from the moment, but what are we going to do about our new friend here?
So, are you ready to get to work? See if exploration is the life you want to lead in this little universe of ours?
Oh, how much do you know about these artifacts? What are they?
Individually, they're just odd hunks of metal. Another oddity from the uncharted reaches of space. As to what they are, what they're building, well, you'll be part of solving that puzzle now.
Great. So you want me in Constellation. What does that mean? What's expected? Do we have any? Are there any membership fees or something like that?
We're all here because we're committed to exploring space. Humanity may have settled the stars, but that doesn't mean we should stop diving into the unknown. Beyond that, you'll be expected to use your own judgment, just like the rest of us.
Have you tried a giant slingshot to like slingshot you into different areas of space? I heard it's the most effective and best way for interstellar travel. That's just my idea. Well, I'm in. I don't have any other plans.
You should take some time to get settled in. Introduce yourself to everyone. Some of our members aren't here, but you'll meet them soon. Come find me when you're ready. You and I are going to be doing some traveling together.
Oh,
get your feet wet. And here, I think you've earned something for bringing the artifact to us. In addition to credits, why don't we set you up with a backpack with some boost capability?
That sounds good.
You'll need it out in the field anyway. Just mind your head.
Okay. I like a faction that gives me stuff. And we leveled up. I guess. Yeah, we're almost leveled that one up, but not. We're now sneaky and stealthy. Wellness could be an option. Scavenging might be nice. Like the social skill. Do you want to do any science? Craft items. Used by 10%. That could be nice. Better healing could be nice. Unlock ship targeting functionality. That sounds pretty good. An attempt to hack advanced logs and 2 hour. Oh, I like that. Just better, like basically log picking. Yes. I always like that because that gives us more access to loot. So it's good. Also, like, did we get some stuff? Constellation pack. Basic boost pack. We got the launch key. Okay. Hey, before I talk to Sarah, let's talk to everyone else.
It's been quieter around here ever since Vladimir went to live on the Eye full time.
Vladimir.
That was intense, wasn't it? The artifacts, I mean. Sorry, this must all be a little overwhelming for you right now.
It is.
I guess a lot overwhelming, now that I think about it. I'm Noelle. It's really nice to meet you. And thank you for bringing the
She seems
artifact to
nice.
us.
So, Sarah said something about a place for me to stay.
Planning on sticking around then? Good. I think we can find a spot for you. And along the way, I can give you the very abbreviated tour. Right. So you've
Sounds
seen
good.
the library,
Yeah.
obviously.
Beautiful.
Walter's quite proud of the collection, but Mateo has made more than a few contributions. Gardens are out the doors there, if you need a moment of quiet contemplation.
Also nice.
Emphasis on the quiet part, at least usually. Let's head upstairs.
Okay.
Sebastian Banks, Constellation's founder, had this place built decades ago. It was a big to-do at the time, but most people in the city have forgotten we're here.
I hope you are satisfied with the quarters available to you.
I don't know yet. Are those pictures of Lance Armstrong and Phil Collins? Watch key. Looking around if there are any secrets. Might as well be in third person when we're not in combat. We actually got some draft beer.
So this is the bar. Usually no tender, so help yourself, within reason, of course. Now let's see about that
There's
room.
lots of reason.
You're in luck. We were almost at max occupancy already, but there's still one room up for grabs. It's been nice having the place so full.
Cooking station, okay. This place is really has quite the retro look. Not very futuristic. It's nice. This is my room?
Okay, this'll be you. Common room on one side, so that'll be quiet, and Mateo on the other side, so maybe a little less quiet.
Fair enough.
I'm sure Sarah has something planned for each of us, so I'd better get back to it. Don't want to keep her waiting too long. Enjoy!
Well, I want to talk to you some more. So, you seem to know a lot about these artifacts.
Oh, gosh. No, I mean, that's flattering, but really, we're making this up as we go. Until you arrived, we only had the two, and the vaguest sense that there was something more at work. There's still so much we don't know, and that means a lot of work ahead of us.
Okay. I was wondering about other types of exploration work beside artifacts. So yeah, the vision I saw. What do you think it was?
Oh, right, that.
Yeah, that.
If we're approaching this rationally, I suppose we'd call them visual and auditory hallucinations. What you perceived as lights and music could be overloaded neural input, your brain's attempt to make sense of something. An energy surge, some other phenomenon.
Makes sense. This wasn't random synapses firing, it means something. Whatever I saw and heard wasn't coming from me. So yeah, like Barrett saw something too?
He did. At the time, well, it's Barrett. We weren't sure if he was kidding around. Clearly, he wasn't.
Okay. So there might be a reasonable explanation.
There might be a reasonable explanation. I wasn't there. I didn't see what you saw. I'm just not in a position to say for sure. That's okay. Now that this has happened to both you and Barrett, we can know to maybe expect it in the future. Be a little more prepared. We're all in this together now, right?
Sure. How long have you been working on all this?
Well, Constellation's been around forever, more than 50 years now. But we only became aware of the artifacts recently. Barrett discovered the first one about 2 years ago, right under our noses. And he was the one who got this all in motion. It's a shame he isn't here to see this.
Okay, I was wondering about other types of exploration work besides the artifact.
Of course. There's plenty of planets out there that no one has ever set foot on, and everything we learn about them is valuable. We have a board where we post anything specific we're looking for. A type of alien flora or fauna, or a planet with a specific quality, like if it's primed to have life but doesn't yet.
Okay. Let me know how I can help you learn more.
Well, right now nothing's off the table. Metallurgical analysis, chemical composition, I'm looking at everything. One thing I'm really trying to improve is my overall database of xenobiology. I don't know if it will help in this case, but the more we know about, well, everything, the better off we are, right? Speaking of, if you're gonna be out there looking for more artifacts, you're bound to come across some interesting specimens. Anything organic, I'd be happy to take it off your hands.
Organic stuff. Got it.
There's a galaxy chock full of resources. The more data I have, the more thorough an analysis I can do. And if it sweetens the deal, I can pay. Pretty well, too. Walter's pockets may not be bottomless, but they are pretty deep.
I've got some organic resources for you.
Anything I can learn from is a help.
Guess I don't.
Stay safe, okay?
Let's have a look at our room, I guess. Quite nice, per se. Got some Chronomag watch case. Issues. Moby Dick, okay. Classic. Pamphlet. That. Nicholas Nickleby. Bottle. I mean, this all looks pretty fancy. Okay, what else do we have here? Weapon case. Accessible. What else? Maybe we can snoop around a little bit. First stay here. Accessible. Pat. Thought maybe someone. Oh, there's a dick pic. Like running around is a little floaty. We're very fast. Not used to that. Kind of looking if there might be notes or. I mean, this doesn't really help in third person, I feel. Okay. Drink pack. White wine. Okay. Still in their personal digi frame. Oatmeal. Oat clusters. Tape. Take it. Cards. Lots of board games in this game. Like, who's, like, staying here? Oh, wow. Tech room. Pharmaceutical lab. Files, notepad, coffee mug. Oh, stuck. The Livingston's second journal. I tell from some of the old timers that although the Earth suffered its sad fate, that her faithful companion Luna fared much better. Apparently you can still find the remnants of one of the old Apollo missions, something of a secret rite of passage for chairs of Constellation, if Banks was to be believed. During one of those rare interludes of calm while doing other research on Earth, I figured I could spare the time. I was, as they said, in the neighborhood. It took me serious scanning and a couple of false leads, but I found it. To walk in the same place as those earliest of interstellar explorers. Unbelievable that they achieved with what they achieved with such primitive technology. I found the whole experience moving, inspiring. I will advise my successors to do the same. We'll make a proper tradition of it yet. Visit the Apollo landmark on Luna. Be sure we'll do that. Figuring out if they're actually been there.
I have been informed that when I am home, I remain
Aja Mamasa's diary. Seems like just yesterday I was pulled into the exciting new organization, Constellation. We would push the boundaries of human knowledge and experience by exploring farther into space than anyone had before. We're all into the Starfield. God, I was so young. We all were, but I was the youngest of us all. Now here we are, on the brink of disaster. The colony war may be over, but the settled systems seem to just be waiting for the next one. Exploration is now at best quaint, at worst irrelevant. Fortunately, and it was no small feat, I've managed to put together a list of potential new members. They are Irvin Madani, young biologist, physician from the Freestar Collective; Barrett, promising young physicist from the UC, colorful character to say the least; Alice Campbell, woman of action and pilot, claims to have flown every type of ship at least once; Russell Luther, astronomer and former Freestar Collective military, argumentative by effective, probably but effective; Vizela Chen, philosopher, historian, specializes in humanity's early days of space exploration; Jintao Min, dedicated to find truth among the stars. Neon hitman rumors are troubling. With any luck, this new blood will be just what Constellation needs to keep going, maybe, hopefully. From the personal diary of Aja Mamasa, former Constellation chair.
Which renders me...
Report the Clark Lewis. Fancy compass. And...
I guess if you're both okay with it.
Okay, those circles around the bar. I want to check. Oh, another part of Sir Livington's journey. Sir Livington's appointment to the role of Constellation Chair was controversial to say the least, as he essentially bought his way into the position. Nevertheless, Banks' contribution to the organization were substantial, as evidenced by the excerpt from his personal journey. In time, the others will come to accept me as chair, I'm sure. Until then, I remain committed to improving this organization to the best of my abilities. And if those improvements rely even more on my already considerable monetary contributions, then so be it. I agree we needed a robot, but disagreed with the purchase of a newer Model A. Lunar robotics is a shadow of what it once was. Instead, I managed to procure an original Model A, manufactured on the moon. Bought him for a song, found him rusting in some junk heap in Aquila City. I'm having him refurbished as I write this, and in a couple of days he'll be good as new. I've decided to name him Vasco, and like his namesake, I imagine he'll be as flawed as he is effective. Okay, so Vasco has been around for quite a while. My next step is renovating the lodge. Sebastian Banks has the good sense to name the building appropriately, but it's time to inject a bit of old world grandeur. If we are to be the gatekeepers of art, science, culture, and exploration, our headquarters must express that. It's time I called in some favors and searched in those hidden corners of the settled system to procure the things that would truly make this place come alive. There are some treasures from old Earth that desperately need an appropriate home. Okay, so Sir Livingston was basically the guy who revamped this place. It's a bunch of reading, but as long as my voice is not failing me, we'll try to go through these. Okay. I think we got all the rooms now. Let's go back down. What's this one? This one... Oh, we could unlock it with the lodge key. That goes back out. Okay.
I am at your service, Captain.
Yeah, let me look around first, Vasco, now that I learned a little bit more about you. Where are the others?
I hope Barrett makes it back to us. I know he gets into trouble all the time.
I'm made of
Everyone
credits.
just sort of
This is all exciting, but
Artifacts
really
won't
a lot
find
of pressure on
themselves,
us, isn't there?
and us going after them
We have to get
means
this
fuel,
right.
repair costs, the occasional payoff.
Sometimes I think you
I'd
only
like
keep
to
me
talk
around
to
because
him.
I pay for everything.
Yeah.
Are you doing okay? I'm not sure anyone really asked yet. Don't want you to think we're focused on the artifacts and nothing else. You matter too. You've done something really significant bringing that artifact here.
Thanks.
I'm Mateo, theological scholar by trade, but now, well, an explorer like you. It's really good to have you with us.
Thanks, that's very nice. What do you make of the vision I saw?
I'm not gonna lie, I really wish I could have seen this for myself. It's hard to judge otherwise. Both you and Barrett saw something. I don't think that's a coincidence. Did it feel like it was trying to tell you something? I don't want to necessarily use the words divine revelation, but you know, if the label fits.
It's important, I can feel it, maybe I'm just going crazy. All I know is I've never experienced anything like it. Yeah, all I know is I've never experienced anything like it, to be honest.
That sure lines up with everything else about these artifacts. It's all connected. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. We just need more data, which means more artifacts.
Okay. What brought you to Constellation?
Well, there was some overlap in interests. I'd spent years searching for religious relics from human history. I had made a really incredible discovery, only to lose it to a greedy corporation. So I tried to steal it back. In the process, I met Walter. Turned out he owned the corporation. After a long talk, we realized we had a lot in common, and I was invited to join Constellation.
Okay, interesting. These artifacts all came out of caves?
Second one was on Kazal, buried, the same as the one you found.
But the first one, right under our noses for years, sitting in storage, masquerading as an oversized paperweight. Can you imagine potentially the greatest discovery in human history collecting dust?
Hey.
Take care of yourself.
Try to. But you're the rich guy here.
Well, I suppose calling you a rock breaker may have been a bit out of line.
It was. It was kind of rude. You don't even know me.
Yes, you're right. My frustrations lie more with Barrett. Not the first time his shenanigans have jeopardized one of our ventures. Not fair of me to take it out on you, especially since it would seem he made the right call this time. So, let's start over, shall we? Walter Stroud, CEO of Stroud Eklund, member of Constellation, and oft-times grumpy old man. Welcome aboard.
I hope the drinks are at least free.
Yes, well, a stocked bar is a treat I think Constellation can afford. For now. But if you clean us out, you're on your own. By the way, in addition to a place to stay, the lodge has a wealth of modification and research equipment. Spacesuit customization, pharmaceutical manufacturing, testing alien substances, the whole thing. You can even fashion industrial pieces for large-scale projects, if you don't mind extracting a few raw resources from a nearby planet, that is. I'm a fan of self-reliance, so I encourage you to make use of the tools we have to build what you need.
Craft or modify an item, okay? So, what's your role in Constellation?
Me? Why, I'm the wallet. Someone has to fund all this, and all my success in business doesn't mean much if I can't put it to good use. I don't pretend to have the daring of Ms. Morgan, or the smarts of young Mateo, but I can make sure that they have the resources they need. And, as you've now seen, those resources aren't being wasted. We're onto something big here.
Okay, do you think the vision I had means anything?
Up until very recently, I'd likely have dismissed it as I don't know, hallucinations. But now, I'm not sure what to think. I don't suppose you have a history of this sort of thing, do you?
Oh, sure. I see lights and hear music all the time. It's a non-stop party in my head.
Well, clearly the sarcasm center of your brain is intact. I'm no scientist. I leave that to the likes of Barrett and young Noel there. But I think we can all agree there's something unusual going on here. Frankly, this is the most exciting thing that's happened in years.
So what kind of company is Stroud Eklund?
We're most well known for ship manufacture. No expense spared. If you want the best and can afford it, you choose Stroud Eklund. Unfortunately, our success means you'll sometimes see Stroud Eklund ship modules on less than reputable vessels. They covet them. The bastards. I've tried to convince the United Colonies we can help in that regard, but they're married to Deimos Star Yards, and those old salts are stuck in the glory days.
Okay. So this isn't what I expect. This isn't where I expect to find a CEO.
Funny thing about companies, you build one sturdy enough, it doesn't need you there all the time to prop it up. Stroud Eklund functions quite well on a day-to-day basis, leaving me time to devote to more esoteric pursuits.
I guess.
For years, I was captivated by the writings of Constellation's founder, Sebastian Banks. I finally decided to do something more than admire from a distance, and so now I call the lodge home, as much as anywhere else.
All right.
Remember, you're representing all of us out there.
And maybe you remember to watch your tone next time. Rich guy? Check out our garden. There's something. Plant. Let's took the plant. Okay, it's a nice little garden, I guess. Talk to Sarah.
Yeah? So, are you ready to get to work? Or was there something else?
Oh, what is Constellation? What do you do?
We're explorers. Humanity has always hunted for knowledge in the unknown. We just take that a little more seriously than others. We were founded decades ago by a man named Sebastian Banks. He wanted a small group of people from all corners of the settled systems dedicated to the biggest question of all. What's out there? These artifacts could be everything we've been looking for. Another great secret the universe is asking us to unravel.
Okay, so how well known is Constellation? Never heard of it.
I don't know what you've heard, but I can imagine. First of all, I think you can dismiss any stories about us no longer existing.
Really?
I don't believe in smearing our name everywhere we can. Exploring the universe, charting the unknown, that's what counts. Besides, having a little mystery gives us room to maneuver. A fixed reputation could fence us in a lot of ways.
Fair. What do you know about the artifacts?
Not much, but you've seen them for yourself. It doesn't take a lot to realize we're dealing with something extraordinary. Just what that is, we'll have to figure out. It's what we do.
Okay, I guess I'm ready.
We're going to be doing some old-fashioned detective work. Ooh. The artifacts are relatively inert once they're out of bedrock. That means people can pass them around, not even knowing what they are. I've been letting my contacts know to be on the lookout for strange metal objects. Get back a lot of noise, usually, but a tip from the UC Vanguard sounds promising.
Okay. The UC Vanguard?
A volunteer force that helps defend the edges of United Colonies space. They're always looking for recruits. Lots of retired veterans and dangerous professionals mixed in with part-timers who barely have a laser cannon welded to a hull. My contact is in the recruiting office, so he hears a lot about what the volunteers are up to.
Okay. So other people have artifacts?
We have to assume that we're not the only ones to have stumbled into this mystery. But most people aren't going into space looking for the unknown. They're looking for places to settle, resources to extract, territory to defend. An odd-looking rock or a single strange hunk of metal wouldn't mean much to them. That's why Constellation exists, in a way, to put pieces like this together.
Okay. I have to admit, I'm kinda excited. It's my first mission.
Felt the same way when I started too. There's an electricity in the air when you know you're about to uncover something. But it's not just that. I want to take this opportunity to see how you handle yourself, and for you to learn more about us. I'm going to be sticking with you for this. We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry.
So what do you get out of this anyway? Does Constellation have a salary?
You mean besides the ship, the robot, and a place to stay all rent-free? We do have some funds we can disperse from time to time. Not to mention, I think we can get you a proper suit. We're explorers. We keep a lot of equipment on hand for that purpose. So the more you work with us, the more we can share what we have.
Okay, got it. You and me until we get that artifact.
We'll need to head to Mast. Check in with the Vanguard recruiting office where my contact works. And listen, whatever you were before or whatever you do once you're out there, I don't care. So long as you don't bring UC security to our doorstep. Every member of Constellation is their own conscience. Understood?
What do you mean? You don't care if I steal as long as I don't get caught?
I mean, Constellation has a roster of members who haven't always been on the right side of their respective society. We're risk takers. Some of us have seen the inside of a jail cell more than once. If you join us, it means you're committed to our mission. In exchange, we give you latitude in your choice of means.
Okay, fair enough. Understood. I like it.
Let's take a little stroll through New Atlantis, shall we?
Shall. So, okay. Up to Vasco.
I hope you are satisfied with the quarters available to you, Captain. Now that you are a member of Constellation, I am at your service. No additional protocols necessary. Also, given the likelihood that you will be out in unsettled space, it might be beneficial to go over exploration outpost development, in case you ever need to build a base for field research.
Okay. Outpost development? What do you mean?
The exploration of an unknown planet can be a major undertaking. By building an outpost, you will be able to construct scanning equipment, resource extractors, and defenses. It is even possible to set up multiple outposts capable of manufacturing, allowing you to build advanced equipment.
What kind of advanced structures could I build?
The scan booster is the most obvious, as it will enable you to detect landmarks and other points of interest from further away. Beyond that, extractors will allow you to collect raw materials of various types, while fabricators enable the manufacturing. A particularly prosperous outpost may even warrant the construction of cargo links, allowing you to share resources between other outposts you have built.
Okay, so how do I know if a planet has the resources I need?
A planetary scan will reveal the presence of key inorganic resources, although rarer elements will be harder to find without training. And while a scan may detect the presence of life on a planet, you will have to analyze the native plants and animals yourself to know what compounds they produce.
That sounds useful.
The blueprints you need to construct an outpost should already be on your watch. It will automatically connect to any available materials for construction in your ship's cargo.
Alright, so do you miss Barrett?
My primary function has been to support and protect Barrett during his travels. I am currently unable to do so. That is as capable as I can be of missing anyone. I believe Barrett would find your question amusing.
I think so too. Protecting Barrett must have been quite the challenge. He seems to be quite the rascal.
Barrett has, thus far, survived every mission on which we have embarked. It is therefore evident that my efforts have been successful. I suspect that Barrett would disagree with how necessary my intervention has been in any given situation.
Fair. How long have you been part of Constellation?
I arrived along with many material goods purchased by the group's previous chair, Malcolm Livingstone. Despite several significant system replacements and upgrades, I have been online for 43 years.
Okay, so that is interesting because that gives us a little bit of a timeline. So the Livingston guy was the previous chair of the organization. Good to use you on my crew, Vasco.
Captain, I will proceed to my assigned post.
Ooh, manage your crew. Review and change their assignments between your ships and outposts. Different crew have different skills which enhance your ship or outpost. Okay, can confirm. Oh. Oh, so he... I see. So he boosts the frontier with Nutric fusion shield systems and EM weapon systems if I assign them. That is cool. I like it. Well, I think this is a good time to take a break, and then next time we head out with Sarah and explore New Atlantis a little bit more. Find out more about that Vanguard and see if we can find another artifact. Lots of stuff to learn, a lot of things to explore. Thank you all for watching today's episode of Starfield. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give the video a like. Maybe consider subscribing to the channel. Share the video with friends, family, and the people on the internet. That will help me out a whole bunch and will bring you more content in the future. I will be back with more Starfield very soon. Until then, have a great time.
Hello.